So if a patient walks into the office with a broken tooth, we try to get them into the treatment room as quickly as possible. We'll take an x-ray, make sure we know exactly what's going on, and we'll give them some anesthetic, make them as comfortable as possible. We will start by cleaning out any decay we might find in the tooth, trim the tooth for the basic shape that we need for the crown. And then instead of taking a old-style putty impression, we're going to do a digital scan of their teeth. It's a lot more comfortable and it's much quicker. After we do that, the patient gets to relax. We'll give them a blanket, some coffee, tea, and we will start designing the crown. We'll design the crown, we'll mill it out of a block of porcelain, and we'll try it in place. Once we know that the crown fits perfectly, we will put it in the furnace. That's going to cure the material. It's going to harden it. It's going to give us our final color. And then we'll cement the crown in place. The entire process takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. That initial time of preparing the tooth takes only about half an hour. So the vast majority of the time, you're just sitting and relaxing, reading, whatever you want to do while we're working on designing that crown. Most people find it very comfortable. And when you leave, you have your permanent crown permanently cemented, and you can eat a meal almost immediately afterwards. What's great about getting a same-day crown is we don't have to deal with the temporaries at all. We scan the tooth, we make the crown, we cement the crown, we try it in place in the middle of the process so we know it's going to be a perfect fit before we cement it in place. Sometimes we do some minor adjustments at the end, but it tends to be very comfortable. You don't have to deal with that plastic crown that might fall off, that doesn't fit well, that the teeth might shift around and end up making the final crown not fit as well. We don't deal with any of that. But we know the crown will fit because it was designed and prepared right at the same appointment. And so we know we get a really good final fit. In the past, we would take an impression. In the past, when we make a crown, we would take a putty impression. That used to be uncomfortable. Often patients would gag, and it was a long process. Now, instead of doing that, we do a digital scan. We use a camera like this to take a scan of your teeth. As you can see, we can scan your teeth within seconds. We get an extremely accurate fit, and we don't have any of the distortions that we might have taking an impression, pouring it up, sending it to a lab, having it poured up in stone, and modifying it. Instead, we have an extremely accurate impression that can be manipulated all digitally, and it's a whole lot more comfortable. If you have an issue with the crown within the first few months, it's very easy for us to adjust it if necessary. It's very unusual for these crowns to fall off because they're actually bonded to the tooth. Unlike old crowns, which nothing really sticks to the metal, we are able to bond a resin that sticks to the tooth structure, sticks to the crown, and we have a much better seal because of that. If somehow the crown does fall off, we have the design in our computer. As long as you don't have a cavity, we can actually mill another crown and have it ready for you to re-cement at your convenience. The porcelain that we use is extremely strong. It's about 5 times stronger than the old ceramics we used to use, so we very seldom see fractures. Though, just like anything, things happen, and so we can always deal with it. In our office, if you have a small cavity, we will try not to restore it until we absolutely need to. We use a product called Puridont, which is a peptide that absorbs into the tooth structure and can actually remineralize cavities before they get really deep. And so we try to avoid drilling even at that early stage. Often when people come in needing a crown, it's because they had a small filling, which was then replaced with a large filling, which was replaced with a larger filling. And at some point, that filling material isn't designed to be that large. And so we want to put a crown on that tooth before it gets to the point that we don't have the tooth structure to support the crown. Generally, we'll remove about 1 to 1.5 millimeters on the sides of the tooth, maybe 1.5 to 2 millimeters on the biting surface of the tooth. That's the thickness that we need to provide the strength that we want in the material that we use. We try to be as conservative as possible. We don't over-reduce. And when you don't need a crown, we'd rather put a filling in. But when it gets to that point, a crown is often the best way to go. If you've had a bad dental experience in the past, we try to make everything as comfortable for you as possible. First of all, we'll give you enough anesthetic to make you totally comfortable. We will take as many breaks as necessary. We'll keep you comfortable every step of the way. We'll inform you of what we're doing, how much more we need to do, and what our progress is. During the break, you're going to have plenty of downtime when you can relax, give you a blanket, give you tea, coffee. We do have Wi-Fi in the office, and most people find the process to be reasonably comfortable.